Hey, we are back. We danced and we danced and we danced. They did Baby Shark. It was actually a little sad. But anyway, so Melissa is buying a block of cheese that weighs this many ounces. Her recipe needs her cheese amount to be in pounds. So I want you to write this down. We know this. Just a moment. All right, sorry about that. I don't know. There was a little girl that came and asked for the cart key. Anyway, so up here in parentheses, this is important because on your test, you're going to be given the conversion. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. You are going to have that listed out on your test. So you don't really have to know or guess at anything. All you have to know is big to small, you multiply, small to big, you divide. So I've got 248 ounces, that's OZ, equals how many pounds? Pounds is LBS. All right, Jaden, I'm gonna call on you. So Jaden, what is bigger, ounces or pounds? Very good. This is the big, this is the small. So Jaden, if I am going from something small to something big, what do I need to do? Fly to horse? Divide, of course. So I'm going to take 248 and I am going to divide by 16. You have a calculator, use it. I have 248 divided by 16 equals 15.5. So write 15.5 pounds. Or that also means 15 1/2 pounds. Got it? Because 15 and 5 tenths is the same as 15 1/2. All right, here we go. We're going to write down this expression. So come up here in your little empty spot. You have to write it down. 10 divided by 2 plus 36 minus 4 times 6. So it says right now the value of this expression is 17. But they want you to put parentheses around 34 minus 6. So put a parentheses here and here. And now solve it with the parentheses there. All right, so Matthew, what's the first thing I do if I'm solving this? Good. Do the parentheses first. Matthew, what is 36 minus 4? Good. Cross that out and then write out the rest of it. 10 divided by 2 plus 32 times 6. What comes next? What do I do next, Carson? The what? Very good. Do the division next because it's division or multiplication, whatever comes first. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Cross that out. 5 plus 32 times 6. Liam, what comes next? Liam, what do I do first? Addition or multiplication? Okay. 32 times 6. So 32 times 6 is 192. Cross it out and then write 5 plus. And then 5 plus 192 is 197. Right there it is. The value expression is 197. All right, Spencer and his family are moving and have 225 cups to put into boxes. Each box holds 18 cups. How many boxes will be needed to hold all of the cups? What do you think I have to do, Aaliyah? Divide, good. I'm gonna write it right down here. 225 divided by 18. Okay, out next to this, I'm going to just list out a couple multiples of 18. 18, 36, what's another one? What is that, 52? No, 54? Yeah, 54. All right, so I just got a couple of multiples of 18. So here we go. Sydney, how many 18s are in 2? How many 18s are in 22? 1. 1 times 18 is 18. When I subtract, I get a 4. Bring down the 5. Sydney, how many 18s are in 45? 2. 2 times 18 is 36. When you subtract, you get 9. Turn that into a mixed number and you get 12 and 9/18, which is 12 and a half. They're going to need 12 and a half boxes. But you ever heard of anything such as a half of a box? No. So they're going to need 13 boxes. 13 boxes in all to pack them all up. All right. Next one is number 16. You've got a rectangle, and a rectangle has opposite sides that are parallel and opposite sides that are equal. Okay, so this side has to be equal to this side and parallel to it. And this side has to be equal to this side and parallel to it. It also has to be a rectangle. So it has to have 4 right angles. So I've got 4 right angles and 4 equal sides. What is this, guys? It is a square. A square has to have these exact same characteristics. Rhombus doesn't have to have 4 equal sides. A trapezoid, he's over there all by himself. And a quadrilateral doesn't have to have 4 right angles. It's just got to have 4 sides. So the only one that makes sense is A. All right. Lynn bought 2 packs of Oreos that weighed 5 6/10 kilograms. So underline kilograms. And then it wants to know how many grams that is. Well, we already know it's a conversion because look here. We've got something in parentheses, right? But we've got to figure out what 2 packs of Oreos is. So if she's got 5 6/10, 5 6/10 twice, we've got to add them together to see how many kilograms that is. So 5 6/10 plus 5 6/10 is 11 2/10. Cool. So now I've got to turn these 11 2/10 kilograms into grams. So here I go. I've got 11 2/10 kilograms, and I'm turning it into grams. So, Zayden, what's bigger, kilograms or grams? Good. This is huge. That's what you measure elephants in. This is small. So, Zayden, big to small, what do I do? Very good. I'm going to multiply. So, I'm going to take 11 2/10 and I'm going to multiply by 1,000. Miss Rose, how do I do it? Use your calculator. 11 2/10 times 1,000 is 11,200. You could also have just taken your decimal and moved it over 3 places this way because you're multiplying by 1,000. So you could have taken 11 2/10 and gone 1, 2, 3 and filled in the holes since you were going from grams to kilograms. Understand? All right, next one. We're going to do 2 more and then we're going to dance again. Levante, if you're just not going to make it, go call Mom. All right, next one. The area of our classroom is 592 square feet. The length of our classroom is 37. Draw the box, y'all. Here the box. Draw the classroom. Here's the classroom. The area is 592. So everything in the middle is 592. And this side is 37. So what's this side? All right. So we know that area length times width will give you area. So what times what will give you 592? So 37 times what? How do I figure that out? How am I going to figure out what number times 37 gives you 592? What do you think, Liam? What do I got to do? Good. Liam says take 597 and divide it by 37. Thank you, babies. I love that y'all are listening. 592 divided by 37. 37 goes into 59 one time. When you subtract, you get 22. Bring down the 2. 222 divided by 37 is, oh no, that's not good. 222 divided, I'm thinking he might be right, divided by 37 is 6. Put your 6 up here. 6 times 37 is 222.
You know he is. I know he is. Carson, what did you know? When you walked in, I didn't. No, I will let you know. I will really call back.
Sorry about that. I forgot to stop the video, but just love me. Levante, your mom wants you to drink some water and eat a little bit. All right, next one. Kelly bought 7 packs of crayons that each contain 14 crayons. He also bought a pack of markers that contain 12. Write an expression to represent the number of crayons and markers that they have in all. So take your 7 packs of crayons, multiply it by 14. And then what am I going to do with these 12 extra markers over here, Evan? Just add them on the back. There we go. That is how you solve that one. You just write the expression. I'm going to just pause this. All right, we got 12 kids equally sharing 7/8 of a pizza. Wyatt, what am I splitting? The kids or the pizza? The pizza. Put 7/8 first, divided between 12 kids. Obviously, you got to keep, change, flip it. Keep, change, flip. And that gives you 7 out of, guys, what's 8 times 12? 98. Okay, I don't know my 12 stacks.
So it's 96.
96. Sorry, I don't know my 12 facts. When I was young, we didn't learn them. So that is 796. Every kid is going to get 796 for pizza. All right, here we go. For this next one, I am going to pull out my quadrilateral hierarchy, and I am going to look at it in order to answer these questions. So here I go, pulling it out. I'm going to zoom out just like this, and I'm going to look at it. All right, so I've got here, we have to write true or false on each one of these. Is every parallelogram a rectangle? Is every parallelogram a rectangle?
No.
So it is sometimes the things that are above it. So a rectangle is always a parallelogram, but a parallelogram is not always a rectangle. So that is false. Is every square a parallelogram? True. Totally yes. A square is always going to be a parallelogram because it's always got opposite sides are parallel. Don't worry about a kite. I didn't teach you kite. I didn't teach you kite. Every square has two pairs of parallel sides. Guys, is that true or false? That is true. Every square is a parallelogram. Are some quadrilaterals trapezoids? Some of them are parallelograms, rhombuses, rectangles, squares, and some of them are totally going to be trapezoids. That's true. Because remember, the quadrilateral family, there's parallelogram and trapezoid, some of them. Is a rhombus always a square? It's only sometimes the things that are below it. That's false. Does every rectangle have 4 right angles? Totally. Every single time a rectangle is going to have 4 right angles. All right, here we go. Christy is packing up 1,296 poppets to be sent into schools. She can fit 23 into each box. So how many boxes will she need? So write 1,296 and you're dividing it by 23. All right, so if I've got 23, I got 23, 46, 69, what's 23 more? 82? Yeah, 82, 100, 5. I think that'll probably do us. No, I guess we should do one more. And then 128. Is that correct? Yes. All right, here we go. How many, Malachi, how many 23s are in 12? None. How many 23s are 129, Malachi? Good, 6. 6 times 23 is 128. When you subtract, you get a 1. Bring down the 6. If you brought it down, you got to play with it. How many 23s are in 16? None. 0 times 23 is 0. You get a remainder of 16. So I'm going to have 60 full boxes, 60 full boxes. And I'm going to have one that's got 16 in it. So how many boxes do I need in all? I've got to have 61 boxes. Good. If I'm going to fit them all, I've got to have 61 complete boxes. 61 boxes, because I'll have one that has 60 that have all of them in it and one that's got 16 in it. All right, draw a model to represent 5, 6 times 1/4. Come down here, draw a box. Quick. Draw a box. Divided into 6 pieces going one way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Highlight 5 of them. So that's 5/6. We have done about a million of these. They're going to want you to be able to recognize it on your test. Then go in the other direction. We're going to divide it into 4ths. 1, 2, 3 lines. And I'm going to highlight 1/4 of those. Okay. Remember that the answer is the ones that are both. This part right here. Oh gosh, that won't color in. This part right here is the answer. So 5/6 times 1/4 is 5 out of 24. That's how you make it. All right, next. 1 pitcher of lemonade contains 4/10 liters of lemon juice. How many milliliters are in there? So write it down. This is my biggest piece of advice for you on these, just write them down. I've got 4/10 of a liter, and I am going to be turning that into milliliters. So, Layla, what's bigger, a liter or a milliliter? This is the big, this is the small. So, Layla, if I'm going from something big to something small, what do I have to do? I'm going to multiply by 1,000. You have a calculator, guys. So, I've got 4/10 times 1,000 equals 400. I could also do the thing where I move my decimal. So if I've got 4/10 and I want to move my decimal 3 places that way, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3, that gives me 400. You could do it either way. All right, Chris has 5/8 of a pizza, and him and his 3 kids are going to share the pizza. Malachi, how many people is him and his 3 kids? 4. So 5/8 divided by 4. Keep, change, flip it. Keep, change, and 4/1 turns into 1/4. They're each going to get 5/16. So I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of division on this thing, and there's a lot of keep, change, flipping in there. All right, so make sure you at least look over those. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.